Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today. Yeah, that's right. To do Bleach. What? Bleach. Bleach is back. Bleach is back. That's right. Bleach chapter 547 review. Now, this week's chapter Bleach, because it's been 5 or 6 weeks, and actually it went by a lot faster than I thought it would. I mean, when I first heard about the hiatus, I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, 5-6 weeks, that's a long time, but in actuality it's not. No, like, I mean, maybe because I'm 23 years old and time seems to go by faster every year I live. I mean, that's the way I feel personally. But either way, let me focus on the chapter itself. I don't want to get too philosophical here. This week's chapter Bleach is actually mainly exposition. It's mainly a lot of talking and a lot of setup. And the only, aside from Yuha, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done. That's right. Ever since, aside from him, talking and just talking to thin air, because how characters do in anime manga sometimes, like they just talk to like nobody, literally. We see 3 other Star Knights in supposed action, or like setup, really. We see the Stern Ritter D, his name is Askin. We see Stern Ritter H, Basby, and we see Stern Ritter B, Ugram Hashvug. Now, the way it is that apparently Stern Ritter D, alright, Askin, it looks like he's going up against the entire Technological Bureau, alright, including Myri. We have Hashvald going up against, off the gate, the Captain Commander, newly appointed Captain Commander Kyoraku. Now, I would have thought it would have been, Colonel Sanders over here. I thought it would have been that motherfucker with the guns, but no. See, and that's, to me, I thought it was a good thing because, well, it surprised me, but also I liked it a lot because all of Kyoraku's main opponents have been gun users thus far. I mean, he fought against Chad way back when, and then that was... Oh, he didn't even need Sheik after that. And when it came to... And then, well, he fought against Yamamoto, but it wasn't really like, a life and death battle over here. Then, of course, there was Stark, guns, and then Colonel Sanders, guns. So, it looks like Kubo's going to change it up. And he's making... And because the way it is that Hashvald is the... Aside from the A rank, he's B rank. And B is right below the A rank guys. Uryu and Bach. So that means that he is, in fact, he's the quote-unquote Grandmaster of the Stern Ritter, of the Star Knights. So he's the strongest Star Knight. He's the strongest Star Knight. Hashvald. So that being said, this is gonna be a good fight. In fact, yeah, because think about it. Like, this guy, he was so powerful where he actually cut Ichigo's Bankai easy. Like, it was like a hot knife through butter. So my thing here is that Kyoraku should go Bankai. I don't see why not, because this is an opponent of high caliber, and because I want to see every captain go Bankai. I want to see every captain go Bankai. The ones we haven't seen go Bankai, they need to use their Bankai. Alright? That includes Hirako Shinji, that includes Ukitake, and the whole lot of them that we haven't seen go Bankai yet. Okay? So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm waiting for. Now, the next thing, oh, and the last person, Basby. He's going up against, apparently, Hitsugaya. And apparently, Basby, he can do fire stuff, which threw me off a little bit. So, maybe, because he was given the letter H by Bach. So that means that his H probably means something to do with fire. Like heat. Yeah, like Stern Ritter H for heat. I mean, he's a hothead, and his fire and his powers are based on fire. Now, I would actually figure that he'd fight against Renji, because him and Renji are actually very, very, very similar. In fact, when we see that color spread, because there's 3 color pages, we see the initial Shonen Jump color page of Ichigo's face. Then we see Ichigo in his 2 Zangetsus, and he's kneeling down, of course, shirtless, obviously. And we see another color page we see on one side the Quincy, on the other side we see the Shinigami, and we see the two Zangetsus, one meaning Quincy, one meaning Shinigami. That's what comprises Ichigo's power scheme right now. Well, technically it's a wronkerer, however, we'll push it to the side and we move forward. So that was actually a very nice symbolic color page right there. And when we see that color page, we see like the upfront guys are Renji and Bazby. So to me, it kind of throws me off the gate that Hitsugaya is going to fight against Bazby. Because Bazby, I think, when it comes from a personality standpoint, that hot-headed mentality would actually coincide well with Renji. But maybe Renji, because Renji, he's in the, at least he should be in the Royal Guard area. So maybe when he comes down, he's gonna fire off against fucking, you know, Lucha Libre, the guy who drop kicked him like 50 feet. Like, yeah, that was hot. That was one of the best parts I've seen in the arc so far. Just straight up basic drop kick. Lucha! That's right, man. That was hot. But aside from that, the main function of the chapter, aside from the actual invasion, where we see the actual Seireitei disappear. And by the way, the barrier over the Seireitei, that was actually already there. Alright, now I realized this after I did my review of the last chapter. And people in the comment section were saying, oh no, like you out, you didn't create the barrier was already there. So I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Because when Ichigo first went into when he first tried to go inside the Seireitei, there was a barrier blocking. So and I forgot the exact name of it, but they had to use Kukaku's cannons in order to go in there. So yeah, I completely forgot about that barrier. And so it was already there. All we see are like the shadows creeping up the side of the barrier. So, and that's the thing, like that's the main premise of the chapter, is aside from the exposition, it is in fact the exposition, but the exposition itself consists of how their world, the Quincy world, was in the shadows. And these worlds existed simultaneously, but never actually in contact with one another. That's why the Quincy's, the Star Knights, were able to cause so much havoc on the spot. Because they were already there. And they were storing up their powers and their reishi for this moment. So that's why when we have that one guy, Yamamoto's vice captain, when he got taken out, when they snuck inside the captain commander's headquarters, it wasn't like they infiltrated on some Nimpo shit. They weren't like, you know, Nimpo, like, no. They were already there. They just came out of the shadows. They just came out of the shadows, like, yeah. They were already there. I mean, this is my getting out of the shadows movement. Yeah. Swift. That's what they did. They came out of the shadows. So that's why they're able to actually infiltrate so easily, because it wasn't really infiltration, it's just that they were already there. And like I said before, I mean, obviously this bends reality quite a bit, because it's like they live in the shadows, literally. And Myra even says that, but he enjoys the fact that, because that's what he does. He loves bending reality, Myra. He likes tweaking things a lot. And apparently he knew this already, and he actually made these clothes out of pure light. Like they glow, and he, in his laboratory, there's not a single shadow. So it's like, so obviously they can't come if there's no shadow space to come from. Okay, so Myri, once again showcasing his intelligence, and showcasing how he is steps ahead of the majority of the other Shinigami. That's, I mean, he is the smartest. No, Urahara is the smartest guy. Myri, he's not that far behind. Now, the question here is that, so we now know how they came to be. The question here is, how will the other parties get there? All right, because we now know that the barrier's there. I mean, obviously they're gonna break the barrier, okay? But who's gonna come first? Is it gonna be Ginjo Kugo and the Fullbringer Mock Boys coming back with Tsukishima, with what was the guy's name? Ganju, Are they gonna come back, or is it gonna be Ichigo? No, Ichigo and the Royal Guard. They're gonna come last. I truly believe that they're gonna come in last. They're gonna come in, you know, like a hero always comes last second. So like that's the way I see it. They're gonna come in last. When it comes to Urahara and he's training all these Arankor, they're gonna come probably after Kugo and the boys. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Ganju's gonna come in there with the Fullbringer boys first, and then Kugo and the others gonna hop in later. Now, I could be wrong about that, but we'll see where that goes. That's what I personally believe. Let me know who you think's gonna come in first. So, that being said, the chapter rating overall, it is a simple chapter. It really is. But at the same time, it does give you a detailed explanation about how they actually came to be and why their world is overcoming why their city is overcoming the Seireitei. It's because their city is because the shadows are overlapping with the Seireitei as a whole. So their shadow world is overcoming their world. Okay, alright, fair enough. So it's not some so would you want to call it an alternate dimension? No, because it's not like it's separate from Soul Society, because it is Soul Society. It's just that it's like another world within Soul Society. But it's not like a different dimension, like Hueco Mundo or the human world. So yeah, like that's my thing. So for example, if Soul Society were to be destroyed, wouldn't that by default destroy their world? Like, you feel me? Like, it's very hard to grasp. But either way, their world's coming over. Their world's taking over. Would it be all Society? I don't know. I mean, right now, it's just the city of the Seireitei. But at one point, they may, like, the shadows may completely envelop all of Soul Society, including the Royal Guard area above. Just like have like a shadow realm, you know. Like to me, Yugi, the shadow realm, Yugi boy. Yeah, okay. So I'm done. Alright, I'm done. The chapter rating overall, I'm gonna give it a rating of. I thought it was a good chapter. I thought it was a good chapter. Simple exposition chapter, but I thought it was good exposition. I thought it was good talking. It helped progress the story further along. We have now set up fights between three main combatants: Hitsugai versus Basby, Askin versus Mairi and the Technology Bureau, and of course the main battle, the piece we're going on right now, or at least the main confrontation, the prima confrontation: Hashvald versus Kyoraku. Now, actually, I do see Ukitake coming in to help Kyoraku. I do. Ukitake, we see him in like some bath, and he's just like there. Like I think he's getting ready. He's getting ready mentally. I think he's taking some cough syrup. He's fucking finally done. He's good to go. Got some cough syrup in me. Alright, I ran outside. I did some jogging. I had a shit ton of vitamin C. He's ready to go. He's ready to fly. I'm sick and tired of this Shinigami being sick. Like, to this day, it makes no fucking sense. But whatever. We'll see if, in fact, the Dayquil works. Or in this case, Shadow Realm, NyQuil, ha ha ha, laugh with me. So I'm done. King Lightning. Be sure, of course, good chapter, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.